Sasha Gilbert with S&G Financial Group, and today we're going to talk about what you can expect during our phone appointment. Let's get started. Please take note of the QR code in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You can scan this code at any time to be taken directly to our company's Facebook page where you can book an appointment at a time that works for you. Appointments usually last around 45 minutes or so. They can go much faster if you don't have a lot of health issues, or they may take a few minutes longer. But I promise we'll have a great time and I'll make it as painless as possible. We can choose to talk over the phone if you're comfortable with that, or we can set up a meeting in Zoom or even Facebook Messenger and do a video call, whatever works best for you. Now, during that appointment, we're going to begin by first talking about your health situation. Are you taking prescription medications for any chronic or debilitating illnesses? Have you been diagnosed with anything that may cause a problem with getting you approved? Have you had any major surgeries? This information is going to help us to determine which of our carriers would be most likely to approve you. Then we can take a look at which product would best fit your needs. But before we do that, we're also going to talk about your financial needs. Not everybody needs the same insurance. Obviously, if you have small children at home versus grown children, your needs will be different. If you owe $500,000 on a mortgage, or you're only 2 years away from paying off your mortgage, your needs will be different. And that's what we do. We take into account your health information and your financial circumstances. We put that all together to determine which options would best suit you and which options you would likely qualify for. And that's step number 3. We're going to discuss with you your available options. Of course, you're going to be the one that makes the final decision on which one you would like. And at that point, the real fun begins because right over the phone or in Zoom, we are going to submit an application with the carrier. Now, many of our carriers will let us know the very same day whether or not you've been approved or denied. Some carriers may take 2 or 3 days if you've got some drastic, or maybe unusual health circumstances. Either way, I'll be calling you to hopefully tell you the good news, and that is that you are approved. Now, let's take a closer look here at exactly who I am and what I do. Well, what I do is I help protect families. First, with life insurance. We have mortgage protection, we offer term products, whole life products, universal life products, final expense insurance, accidental insurance. And then we also spend a good deal of our time helping to protect your assets. If you're old enough to remember when the market crashed in 2008 and you saw your next 401k statement, that was a little shocking, wasn't it? At least it was for us. And at that point, we knew that we had to do something different. And so I really do enjoy that part of my job. Being able to protect your hard earned savings and your investments from potential market losses is just wonderful. We do that through a few different things, mostly through annuities and indexed universal life policies. We've got some things we can do to help you save for college tuition for your children and really just give you an overall sense of peace. That peace of mind is worth so much knowing that all the hard work that you're doing to save towards your retirement is not going to disappear overnight because we've got products that will let you participate in the market when it goes up, but then it locks you in. And if the market goes down, your investment does not, it stays right where it was. So be sure to ask about that when we talk. Knowing your options is really important. Not everything works for every family, and it depends on a lot of different things. And that's why you've got me to help kind of point you in the right direction. Now, the first option obviously would be the preferred one here when we're talking about mortgage insurance. And that would be let's just get you enough insurance to pay off the entire mortgage. So if dad doesn't come home from work that day, and mom, who's been staying home raising the 3 small children, doesn't know what to do, Well, she doesn't have to worry about it because dad took care of it. She's going to be able to pay off the mortgage and still care for the children until they're able to go to school. And at that point, she can look at her options for either pursuing a college degree or entering into whatever field she did previously. And of course, that's just one example, but it's one that I run into a lot. Now, option two, this one is a little bit more achievable if you've got a lot of health conditions or you're older. It's really hard to qualify for a lot of insurance as you get older. Once you hit age 65, it's very challenging. And so, option two might be the best one for you. And that would be, let's qualify for as much insurance as possible, hopefully enough to pay off half the mortgage. Well, now your family can refinance and reduce that mortgage payment by a substantial amount, hopefully making it possible for them to continue living in the family home as they start to put the pieces of their life back together. Now, option three also works. And this is usually the best option for those that are age 65 or older. Now, keep in mind that psychiatrists have stated for decades now that you really don't want to make any major life decisions within the first 12 months after you've lost a loved one. Well, we often will help people that are unable to either qualify for or pay for options one or two. What we do is we help them get enough insurance to cover the expenses for hopefully at least 18 months, if not 24 months. This gives the grieving family time to really just process and mourn together and adjust to a life without you. We want to qualify for as much insurance as possible to just cover those mortgage payments, utilities, taxes, insurance, etc., so that your family can not only grieve, but can also decide if they want to sell the house, put it on the market, and really get that equity back from the bank. And then they can take that equity and use that to begin rebuilding their life as they learn how to live life without you. All right, now let's talk about a couple more options. And these are incredibly important. When you're looking at insurance commercials on the TV or ads you might see on social media, these are some of the things you really want to be looking for. And I believe in being transparent with my clients. We've got to have a relationship where there's mutual trust because I'm helping you to do what you need to protect your family and your future retirement accounts. And so being transparent just makes it so much easier. So, what I want you to think about is the death benefit because not every insurance company operates the same way. We work with level benefits, okay? Your benefits are not going to go down as time goes on. We deal with term insurance up to 30-year plans, or we've got your permanent whole life options. But we also have things like living benefits. So imagine you're going to work, and you've got a doctor's appointment and you get diagnosed with cancer. Not good. If you have living benefits, you can draw from your available life insurance to use that money while you're still alive to pay for treatment or to make up for lost income. And I actually do want to touch on something real quick because maybe you've got insurance through work. Am I right? I have a friend whose Aunt Lisa had insurance through work and she was diagnosed with cancer. And she fought so hard. And I think it was about a year and a half after her diagnosis. She hadn't been back to work when they said, "We have to let you go. It's just been too long. I'm sorry." Lisa died a few months later. But you know what happened when her job let her go? She lost that work insurance. And now her family had nothing. They had nothing to pay for her funeral, her final expenses, to pay the mortgage, to put food on the table. They were completely unprepared because they thought they had her work insurance. So keep that in mind. Another option we'll talk about would be the savings and growth option. We have a plan. I love it. We've actually got a few of them, but let's say that you get term insurance for 20 years and you live beyond that 20 years, hopefully, right? Well, guess what? You're going to boop, get your premiums back. So if you get all of your premiums back, what did the insurance cost you? Nothing. That's what I call free. And so that is a win-win for everybody. And then, of course, we also do have permanent coverage that will never expire. And we will definitely let you know which options we would recommend for you. But something to consider, those of you that like saving your money and putting it into investment accounts, and excuse me, let's just say you decide that, well, I'll just put $500 in my savings account every single month, and that will make up for it. It'll be better than having insurance. Well, you could be right should you live another 10 or 20 years. But let's say you go put that $500 into whatever investment option you choose today, and then tomorrow you don't come home from work. How much money does your family get? The $500. How much would they get if you had a $400,000 insurance policy and you didn't come home the next day? $400,000. So which one was really the better option? Savings and investment is great if you live long enough, but accidents happen. Over 8,000 people die every day in this country. You don't want to be one of them. And you really don't want to be one of them if you haven't protected your family. So after we've gone over all your different options and you choose which plan you think would best meet your needs, we're also going to have a little conversation, because as an insurance agent, I do want to get you the plan that you want that will meet your financial needs, but I'm also obligated to find one that fits within your budget. So we have something called like and able. We all would like $1 million in insurance, but we're not all able to pay for it. And I'm not willing to put you in a position where you have to decide if you're going to pay for your prescription drugs or your life insurance premium. And so I will be very honest and upfront with you, because I need that peace of mind, knowing that I've done my job to make sure that I put you in the best position possible. And on that note, I do want to encourage you to reach out today. None of us are guaranteed a tomorrow. And I've seen what happens to the families left behind when there was no life insurance. Please don't let that be your family. Our policies don't require any medical exams or blood work. We can get a same-day decision for most people. You can call me directly at 423-367-5457. You can visit our website, which is sngfinancialgroup.net, or you can scan the QR code. So I'll wait just a moment in case you would like to scan that code. If you think of any questions during this video, please be sure to write them down so that you don't forget to ask me when we're on the phone. Now, I'm only able to handle about 7 or 8 phone appointments a day. That's at max capacity, because I do take the time to research and look into your best options. And at some point, I've got to do all of the other work associated with my job as well. So spaces are limited, but I'm here and I'm ready and willing to help you. So if you've got any questions, or if you're ready to book your appointment, just reach out and we will get you started. And on that note, I hope you all have an amazing day. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And thank you so much for watching.